How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Brian, and in today's video we are taking a very special look at Moderna because Moderna's COVID-19 vaccine has been approved in the United States. This came through yesterday on Friday, and also in conjunction with that, today a CDC advisory board has also approved Moderna's COVID-19 vaccine to be given to people. This is making Moderna come very close after Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine. So now with Moderna's vaccine having the approval and being prepared to roll out to people in the States, what can happen next to its stock? Well, actually, maybe it can now start to rally yet again. And that is actually my prediction for this stock. The last couple of days, Moderna stock has been having a crazy week. We will start with just looking at the price action. And if we go to the 4 hours, Moderna stock was consolidating in a nice wedge. That was my first initial video, which I was seeing that Moderna could have a huge breakout. And that was a potential for Moderna to break out to the upside. But unfortunately, it did not. It broke down to the downside, which is very interesting. And after doing more research, it seemed that also Pfizer was going down. So Pfizer, even though their vaccine had been approved, it seemed one of those buy the rumor, sell the fact type of movements in this stock, where large institutions were starting to take profit, trimming their positions and cashing out, and thus a lot of selling pressure taking place with people following suit through intraday trading. And then even in after hours and pre-market hours, more selling. But fortunately enough, Moderna found great support at 136 before the last 2 days of this past week, trading between the range of 136 to 146. So it started bouncing in a nice range. If we go into the 15 minutes, we're consolidating, and with this approval of the vaccine, I'm seeing that if Moderna can on Monday pass $143.50 and maintain it, it will not have a problem starting to rally upwards. I will be very shocked to see Moderna trade downwards because this is such very positive news. But at the same time, we're still in the trenches of buy the rumor, sell the fact. So anything can happen. A black swan event could happen. We could see a fake breakout on Monday where the stock starts rallying in the morning. People start buying. They're happy that, their vaccine got approved. Maybe Moderna can rally all the way to 148 before pulling back and then continuing, and then all of a sudden we get a large selling pressure for whatever reason. Unlikely, but those are the type of black swan events that can happen, especially in these volatile markets. But because of the past 2-3 days with it consolidating, I also feel like new investors who would want to take a swing at Moderna or add it into their portfolios or start buying their shares, they might see this price tag of 143 attractive, 145 attractive. So more than likely, it seems like we are going to have a breakout. We are in a nice, beautiful wedge. We have great support with this support line right here at the bottom. I will indicate it in purple, and a very strong support line here. That's another strong support. Hopefully the EMAs were consolidating too. If we were to use another indicator, I would like to use the slow stochastics, and I'm going on the daily. And this is where it starts to get tricky, and it seems that some indicators are going to be contradicting each other. Like here, the slow stochastics, they're pointing downwards. That means we could be heading more of a downwards trend. This is just going to add more pressure and resistance to a breakout. But if buyers can step in on Monday with this huge news, and it is big news, especially because it's happening over the weekend. I believe the approval of the vaccine on Friday was very late Friday, so not a lot of institutions could have caught that to buy a whole bunch. Maybe in the pre-market we are going to see a gap up. Actually, I did not think about that in the pre-market there could be so many buy orders that we can gap up. I wouldn't be surprised at almost 148, but for that reason we would have a gap right here, and then if we were to open around 148 because the stock gapped up, we could have a little bit quote unquote of a sell-off with filling the gap before finding support on the old resistance. And yet again, another scenario is being able to bounce off that new support. Going back to the dailies, if we were to go to 4 hours, how does it look on full 4 hours? Again, on 4 hours, it looks like we have more room to the upside on the stochastics. So that's good. With indicators, you got to be careful because some of them can contradict each other. I'm looking at the MACD, and on the 4 hour, we got a nice cross. This means this could give us a nice buy signal. That's on the 4 hours. What about on the daily? On the daily, it has a cross, but towards the downside. So again, this is just an example of sometimes indicators contradicting each other, especially on different time frames. But for this reason, if I was to take a trade, I would just be very careful and plan accordingly. Maybe if we were to go down to support, that's where I would take a call position, betting on the upside, because now this line is a support line, and I'm looking now at the 4 hours, and as you can see, the 4 hours is giving us a buy signal. The daily is not. If we go down to the 2 hours, we still have upside on the 2 hours. On the 1 hour, we're consolidating, so that's good. Overall, it seems like the consolidating on 30 minutes. Overall, it does look good for the upside. Unfortunately for the dailies, because we were in a more downwards trend that it was forming, that's why the signal was saying sell. But again, this is not implementing the catalyst of the news of now the vaccine from Moderna is approved. So hopefully, I would like to see more upside. Again, my first profit target, if I was to take a swing trade or a trade, and conservatively 148. If we were to gap up, that just shows it more pressure, and anywhere between 146 to 148, if we're to gap up, I'm looking at profit target number 2, which is 150 to 151. If we can end the day at 151 and close above it, then I would see more potential upside, essentially making this a false breakout and then being able to resume to go upwards. We're going to find resistance, especially a lot of resistance, especially at 170, where I'm going to see that would be my wishful profit target, even for myself. If we were to ride the wave up, 170 seems like a great selling point, and that is just me coming as a trader. As an investor, a long-term investor holding Moderna in your portfolio, well, right now it seems like that it's your last chance to get these type of prices, because I was insinuating that we were going to go lower, but Moderna did find great support at 136, holding it strongly. So that was a great price tag to be picking some up. Can Moderna go lower? Well, at the moment, it just does not seem like it could or would. I don't see bears stepping in to take this lower. I'm pretty sure they don't even want to try with this catalyst of the news. That's huge. That's huge that the vaccine just got approved, but we are not fully out of the red because London has gone into lockdown, because apparently the strain of COVID, they found a new strain that apparently spreads faster. So will that cause an issue with these vaccines, and can these vaccines cure that strain? That's a new news that's coming out. So hopefully that doesn't affect Moderna in the sense of bad sentiment against the company, that they have a vaccine, but now the virus has mutated and the vaccine is useless. Again, unlikely. We're just gonna have to let things roll out and play out and see what happens. All I can do is give you guys my predictions of the stock, and in the short term, it does look like we're going upwards. And then if you're interested in me giving you guys another update, well, subscribe to the channel, and if anything big happens with Moderna, I will make an update video. But as far as right now, it just got a very big, huge catalyst to take it to the upside. Also, Canada is seeing to approve Moderna's COVID-19 vaccine in the coming weeks. By coming weeks, it's a little vague, but I would estimate between 4 to 6 weeks. So that speculation could also give it more juice to the upside, with people hoping, well, once Canada approves it, the stock is going to boom again. But yet again, more than nothing, the stock is going to boom just on the rumor. So again, be very careful with these buy the rumor, sell the facts. Right now, that's another rumor. Canada is going to approve it within a couple of weeks. I'm saying 4 to 6 weeks. So for that reason, if we were to trend upwards, we're going to have great support. And if we can reach 160, that's going to be a great trading zone for Moderna. Hopefully by then you can trim you some of your positions, especially if you're going to be a little bit nervous of the volatility. Since we broke out of the wedge, I'm actually moving this line right here, and it actually looks very positive. Guess what? Now we have it. Now it looks like a bull flag, actually, because we found support, and if anything, now it's starting to look like a flag. I just took notice of that. That's now bullish sign. We're on the early stages to go higher, so I think this does look like a great buying opportunity, but that's just me. All right, guys, comment down below your thoughts. Are you long Moderna? Are you long Pfizer? Let me know in the comments down below. If you want me to take a look at another stock, leave it that in the comments down below. Also, if you like this video, subscribe. There's 4 free stocks with the link in the description with Webull. If you sign up, if you still haven't, it's a great way to read the charts and be up to date with what the heck is going on with your favorite stocks and companies. I really appreciate that they have the news tab right here, and it's updated to the most current news. The last one before I recorded this video was from Bloomberg, coming through with the CDC approving Moderna, which again, another huge institution, recognized institution. It's the institution, the CDC, approving Moderna's COVID-19 vaccine. If you want to be updated with that and have all these tools to your advantage as an investor, as a trader, I really suggest you go on over to Webull and take advantage of their 4 free stocks right now that they're giving out, especially because of the holidays. And with that, that is all for me. Thank you and goodbye.
Liftoff of the Falcon 9 and Crew Dragon. Go NASA, go SpaceX, Godspeed, Bob and Doug.
Godspeed indeed.
Vehicle pitching downrange.